And how do you see the relationship between UDL and SEL?
So universal design for learning is essentially how do we proactively predict or anticipate some of the challenges or the barriers that prevent learning. And learning is emotional work. David Rose, who's the father of UDL, Dr. David Rose from Harvard University, he always said teaching is emotional work. And he meant that about the importance of relationships and human connection, but also learning happens in the affective network of the brain, which is also responsible for emotions. And so many students will or may struggle in a traditional model academically because maybe students struggle with language or comprehension or perception. But we also know that some students will have difficulty, accessing high learning experiences because they are facing barriers that are essentially giving them an amygdala hijack. So students who are experiencing trauma or anxiety, all of us have been in places where emotions were very, very high, in a more negative space. And not to say that negative emotions are bad or negative, because I think in many ways they drive us to action. And so there's no judgment on the fact that some students are angry or sad, and that's a beautiful part of the human experience, but it will impact their ability to learn if educators don't have options and choices for students to self-regulate and be mindful and to step back and reflect. And so it is absolutely a part of it that when you're universally designing, you're trying to not only make sure that there's options and choices to scaffold and support academic skills, but also that you have those same scaffolds and strategies and supports to allow students to reflect on where they are socially and emotionally and how they can best make choices to find balance and regulate while accessing high level academics.